What's up, guys? Welcome back to the GPO9 Wrestling channel. Um, Today we are back the episode right after No Way Out, and No Way Out was a pretty big pay-per-view, and we're kind of in a new era. So we now have two new shows that we'll be adding to the week. We have Heat, which will be the one that we're doing first. And it's going to be an all-women's show. It's going to be a B show, only an hour. It'll be very, very short. And then we also have Velocity, which will be for the cruiserweights. And we're on the road to WrestleMania on March week 4, Saturday and Sunday. So let's get right into the first episode of Heat. And we start the show off 71 rated segment. Stephanie McMahon comes out, and Stephanie, Charlotte, and Bianca come out, and Stephanie's like, "This is the new era. This is a big moment in history for the women's revolution, because now we have an all-women's show." And Charlotte and Bianca are like, "Yes, the women's tag team championships will be defended on this show." And then also Stephanie McMahon is basically just like, we're starting a tournament to find the new women's Liberty champion. And so honestly, a lot of this save is inspired by Connell TEW save. So if you want to go check him out, then do so. But yes, we have Heat, and now we have the Liberty Championship tournament, and that is starting tonight, where we have 4 matches from the tournament. In the first match, Dakota Kai beats Piper Niven in 10 minutes 15 with a GTK. Dakota Kai with the 72 and Piper with the 70. Got a 68 rating. In a decent match, Roxanne Perez beats Alba Fire in 12 minutes 43 by pinfall with the Pop Rocks. Alba Fire with the 75 and Roxanne with a 59. In a decent match, Tiffany Stratton defeats Shotzi in 11:42 by submission. Shotzi with the 60 and Tiffany with a 54. And then Julia defeats Zoe Stark in 10 minutes 1 second by submission with a Bianca. Julia with the 67 and Zoe Stark with the 66. In the main event, Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair defeat Life of the Party in 10 minutes 30 seconds when Charlotte Flair submits Kaden Carter with the figure 4 leg lock. It makes defense number 2 of the women's titles. Yeah, so not bad. That's the end of our first Heat. I'm not expecting it to do very well. 73, which is actually not bad at all. But yes, let's get right on to Raw. Okay, we're here with Raw, and it is going to be a bit of a longer episode because I actually brought back the timing. So Raw is actually 3 hours now. I might bring it down to like 2 or 2.5, but right now it's 3. So let's get right on to Raw. The Raw after No Way Out, might I add. Okay, we start the show off with an 80 rated segment. Out comes CM Punk, and he's like, at WrestleMania, I will go 1-on-1 with the World Heavyweight Champion, the visionary, the revolutionary, and the cancer of this business, Seth Rollins. And at WrestleMania, I will dethrone Seth Rollins, and I will walk out with that World Heavyweight Championship on my shoulders. And out comes Seth Rollins, and he's like, Punk, you're so laughably bad that at WrestleMania, I bet that I can beat you with just one curb stomp. And I will walk out of Philadelphia with my title around my waist. And then Finn Balor comes out, and he's like, Seth, I believe that once I've sorted things out with Damian Priest, CM Punk shouldn't be the only person you're worrying about. And out comes Damian Priest, and he's like, well, actually, Balor, you haven't settled anything with me, and I'm still right on your tail, and I'm ready to end the Judgment Day. So, there's your main event. CM Punk and Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins and Damian Priest. Okay, 79, which is not bad for this. In a good match, Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin defeats the New Day in 14 minutes 7 seconds when Braun Breaker pinned Kofi with a Gorilla Press Slam. This was just to see how Braun and Baron did as a team. Not bad, but I think I'm gonna keep Braun by himself for now. But Kofi and Xavier did pretty well, so not bad there. Okay, Jey Uso comes out, and he's like, WrestleMania, it's coming up, and it's right there, it's on the way, and I think that I need to handle some family business on that show. And he says how he will be on SmackDown this week. So, I guess we'll see on SmackDown what type of family business Jey Uso has to handle. Okay, and about that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa defeat the Viking Raiders in 13 minutes 52 seconds when Gargano pins Eric with their one final beat. And that's defense number 5 of the tag titles, which is not bad. Eric was really off his game. Yeah, but Johnny with an 86, Tommaso with an 81. Not bad at all. Okay, out comes Becky Lynch. And she won the Elimination Chamber match, where she is now confirmed to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. And Becky is like, Rhea, your reign of terror over this Raw Women's division, lasting almost a year, it has been one of history. But you have not yet beaten me. And I'm not sure about this stat, but I'm pretty sure Becky Lynch is the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion. And she tells Rhea that if you want to beat my record, then you'd have to beat me at WrestleMania. But that's not happening. Because at WrestleMania, everyone will remember why I am the man. And out comes Rhea Ripley. And she's like, Becky, I love your confidence, but honestly, I don't know how to say this any less threatening, but at WrestleMania, I will destroy you. I will put you in the ground, and just like everybody I faced this year. Let's run off a list. Ivy Nile, beat. Charlotte Flair, beat 2 times. Shayna Baszler, beat. Zoe Stark, I beat her 2. Liv Morgan, beat her. Raquel Rodriguez, beat her. I've beaten everyone in this division. And you think you can beat me? Becky, you won't. And you say at WrestleMania everyone will remember why you're the man? Well, I think I'll have to change that. So, big segment between Becky and Rhea setting up their match at Mania. Oh, okay. This is a segment to promote Bronson Reed and Ricochet, and he's basically just like how important No Way Out was to Bronson Reed. And yeah, Bronson's like, it was in my hometown, and unfortunately we couldn't get the win, but it was the biggest moment of my entire career, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Setting up a match, Drew McIntyre beats Ricochet in 14 minutes 20 seconds with a Future Shock DDT. McIntyre with a 93 and Ricochet with a 91. Pretty good match. Okay, here's what I don't get. McIntyre gets a 93. Ricochet gets a 91. Now, why does this match have an 81? Poor commentary, declining physical ability. That's it. Like, I feel like this should have gotten a 92. But no, 81. Because this show has bad commentary for some reason. Who's even the... Oh, it's literally... Okay, it's literally just Michael Cole. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, and then after, Drew McIntyre. He's basically just like... Excuse me. He's very mad about how he lost at No Way Out. And he's basically like, at No Way Out, Seth Rollins was the better man, and he beat me. But I'm not done with that title. I'm not done with anybody. So tonight, Seth Rollins, I want to let you know that between you and me, this is not over. And yes, you've beaten me at Crown Jewel. You've beaten me at Day One. You beat me at No Way Out. But I will do anything to fight you just one more time and prove that I can be the next world heavyweight champion. Okay, and about that, good wrestling, decent match from the crowd. Braun Strowman defeats Apollo Crews 8-24. Probably with a 67. Braun, again, with a 85. Apollo with a 67. That's all I really wanted to see. But okay, not bad. Okay, another big segment. Imperium, they come out, and Gunther's like, at No Way Out, I defeated Braun Strowman. And it's time to find out who I can face at WrestleMania. And Alpha Academy come out. Specifically Chad Gable. And he's like, Gunther, you have given me an opportunity after opportunity to beat you for that title. And I'll be honest, I've lost them all. Because you were the better man, but I think I could be one of your biggest challengers at WrestleMania. I have the time to train. And if, Gunther, please, just if you give me this opportunity, I know I can beat you. And Gunther is just laughing. He's like, Gable, I mean, I've beaten you over and over again, and you keep asking for opportunities. But, I have a soft spot in my heart for you, Gable. So I will give you an opportunity. If you win a match tonight, I might, maybe, consider you facing me at WrestleMania. And Chad's like, oh, yes, I'm ready. Like, okay, let's do this. Like, who am I facing? And Gunther's like, you'll have to fight Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser in a handicap match. And Chad's like, okay. So that's the next match. And surprisingly, Chad Gable defeats Vinci and Kaiser in a handicap match. It went 10 minutes 20 seconds, and Gable pins Vinci with a bridging German suplex. And this is like pretty quick fashion. Like Chad Gable is kind of like dominating the whole match. And so yeah, so now I guess Gunther will consider Chad facing him at Mania. Okay, Toxic Attraction come out, and they're basically just like, Mandy's like, I was robbed at No Way Out. I should have won, and I should be the person standing across the ring from Rhea Ripley and fighting her at WrestleMania. And out come Roxanne Perez, and then Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, and even Cora Jade, and they're like, well, they're all like, well, we should have won at No Way Out as well. And Mandy, like, respectfully, you weren't even close. And Cora especially, which is kind of just like Roxy, like, to be honest with you, like, I'm sure you couldn't have won this anyway. Like, I easily would have won. And out comes Shayna Baszler. And Shayna's like, oh, like, if anyone out of the 6 women in that chamber, if anyone should have won, it should have been me. And so Roxy's like, okay, let's do it. Toxic Attraction and Shayna Baszler versus me, Cora, Liv, and Raquel. And Cora's like, I don't want to team with you people. Like, you people are like bad. Like, I don't want to team with y'all. But okay. Then we get to that match. Gets to 64, which is not bad. So Toxic Attraction and Shayna Baszler defeat the team of Roxanne, Cora, Morgan Rodriguez in 14:44 when Baszler submits Roxanne with a Karafuda clutch, which is not bad at all. After the match, Cora beats down Roxanne, and she's like, she's simply like, I have no clue why you trusted me. And so yeah, big beatdown. Okay, in a superb match, which is crazy to like say this, but Dominic Mysterio pins Sami Zayn in 10 minutes by pinfall with a quick roll up. Yeah, so Sammy's been wanting Dominic to like pin him for a while now, so I decided I'll just give it to him. So that's that. And then after the match, JD McDonough and Dominic are just beating down Sami Zayn, and out comes from SmackDown Kevin Owens, and Kevin is beating down Dom and JD, and Kevin and Sami stand tall together. And then the main event, and about that had fantastic heat and great wrestling. CM Punk and Finn Balor defeat Seth Rollins and Damian Priest in an Extreme. Oh, I should have mentioned it was Extreme Rules. It's an Extreme Rules match. In 22:42 when CM Punk submits Damian Priest with an Anaconda Vice. So yeah. And then after the match, there's a big brawl. Damian Priest, Judgment Day, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and then out comes Drew McIntyre. And Drew is beating down Seth Rollins. And CM Punk kind of like gets up Drew, and he's like, well, like, what are you doing, man? Like, you've lost every match you're in. Like, why are you trying to take my shot? And Drew beats the heck out of CM Punk. Like, brutal beating. And CM Punk is down and out, and Drew, yeah, so CM Punk is brutally beat, probably injured. I'll say he gets carried out, like, on a stretcher. Like, that's how bad he's beat. So, yeah, that is it. That was Raw. A really long episode of Raw, by the way. 83 rating, which is not bad. Actually, I think that's our best Raw so far. But yeah, that's all for Raw. I think next up is Velocity, which is our new cruiserweight show. So yeah. All right, we're on Velocity, which is going to be our new cruiserweight show, and yeah, let's get right on to our first episode. Okay, so Petey Williams comes out, and he's going to be the new Velocity general manager, and he's like, okay, so for Velocity, we're having a cruiserweight championship tournament, and it will start tonight. So that's what to look forward to. We start with Santos Escobar versus Angel Garza in 12 minutes 12. Santos wins with a Phantom Driver. Okay. Tyler Bate defeats Akira Tozawa with the Tyler Driver 97, 64 rated match. And Rey Mysterio defeats Xavier Woods in 12 minutes 17 with a drop in the dime. Only a 64 for Rey. It's kind of crazy. Why? Inconsistency, declining physical ability. Whoopsie. That's it. Oh, no, one more. My bad. Dragon Lee defeats Pete Dunne in 13:27 with a double foot stomp. That's it. 61 rating. Not bad. Let's get right on to SmackDown. Alright, we're finally here. SmackDown. Let's get right on to it. Okay. This is a pre-show match. Abysmal is kind of crazy. But I guess you'll see why this match happened. But Edgerton O'Fay and Malik. Sorry, I'm so obsessed with the Connell TEW universe. But okay. Edgerton O'Fay and Malik Blade defeat Tyson DuPont and Obafemi in 10 minutes 12 when Edgers pins Obafemi. I guess you'll see what that happens soon. Let's get right on the actual show. Okay, Cody Rhodes is here, and he's here with Jey Uso, and he's basically just like, well, okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? Because I want to talk about how at No Way Out, I beat 5 different men. Let's go through them. Randy Orton, MJF, AJ Styles, unfortunately Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn. And now I get my shot against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and I get to finish the story. And out come the Bloodline. And it's Roman, Solo, Jimmy, and Paul. And Roman's like, yes, you talk all about finishing the story. But Cody, we faced once before, and last time I won. So what makes you think it's going to be any different this time? And Cody's like, well, last time you had Solo beat me for you. And throughout this whole argument between Cody and Roman, Jay and Jimmy are staring a hole through each other. And after arguing, eventually Cody's just like, alright, why don't we have a match? Me and Jay against Solo and Jimmy. And Paul Heyman is like, well, Solo's injured, but I do know someone else you can face. And out comes Paul Heyman's other protege, Braun Breaker. And so that's the match. Jimmy Uso and Braun Breaker versus Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso in the main event of SmackDown. Okay, in a decent match, Flair and Belair defeat Shotzi and Vega in 9 minutes 43 when Charlotte pins Vega with a natural selection, defends number 3 of the women's tag team titles. Not bad, but what's more important is what happens after, because Charlotte is talking about her loss against Rhea Ripley, and she's basically just like, yeah, I mean, it was rough, but um, I'm sure we'll get through it, and me and Belair are still tag team champs. And then as soon as they say that, out come Asuka and Kairi Sane, and they beat down Charlotte and Bianca. Okay, yeah, so Asuka and Kairi beat down Charlotte Flair and Bianca Belair. This is just a quick little segment with the Final Testament, just making sure everybody remembers that they're there. AJ Styles, he comes out and he's talking about his loss at No Way Out. And he's like, well, these past few months have been very, very interesting. I turned on my brothers in the OC. I lost my championship match against Roman Reigns. And I lost the Elimination Chamber match. And at WrestleMania, I need something. Something that I can do, something I can sink my teeth into. I need someone. But I don't think I'm going to find that person here. So, watch out. Because I will be on Raw Monday night. Okay, Montez defeats Cameron Grimes in 12 minutes 46 by pinfall with a frog splash. Montez with the 77. Cameron with the 62. Not bad there. And after the match, so Bobby and Angelo are like, well, Montez, you beat Angelo last week on SmackDown, but I think that there's still one thing we can do to take you down. And that's a match against me, the almighty Bobby Lashley. So yeah, there's that. So eventually, Bobby Lashley will fight Montez Ford. And okay, yeah. Montez turns babyface. Complete success. Okay. So this is another big segment. Legado de los Fantasma come out. Andrade, Escobar, Angel, and Humberto, and they're like, well, we've had our problems with the LWO recently, and we want them to come out right now. So they do, and then Legado de los Fantasma and LWO, they're standing face to face, and Andrade's like, I think there's one way we can settle our differences, and that is with the 4-on-4 match at WrestleMania. And Rey Mysterio agrees, and they shake hands, and Andrade beats down Rey Mysterio, and then there's a big brawl, and then after that we get a tag team match where Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo defeat Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde in 1504 when Angel pins Cruz del Toro with a wing clipper. Humberto with the 70, Angel with the 69, Joaquin with the 67, and Cruz with the 62. Okay, we are on the Grayson Waller effect, and Grayson Waller's guest is LA Knight. And LA Knight's been floating around a little bit. He's been trying to figure out something important to do. And he comes out and he's like, well, Grayson and I frankly came on the show not because I like any of you, but because I wanted to address to the world what my plan is for WrestleMania. And Grayson's like, well, I mean, okay, I don't like the disrespect, but okay, go on. You're on my show. Go on and tell everybody what your plan is. And LA Knight is like, I want to fight the United States champion Logan Paul at WrestleMania. And Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are like, you want to challenge the Maverick Logan Paul at WrestleMania? Well, that's obviously not going to go well for you. So good luck while you're at it, mate. And LA Knight does not take that well, and he's like, okay, Grayson, you want to talk? Why don't you come face me right now? And so that happens. 76, which is pretty good. LA Knight defeats Grayson Waller in 12 minutes 5 seconds with a BFT. So yeah. Okay. So Candice LeRae comes out, and she's like, at No Way Out, I announced that I will be facing Io Sky at WrestleMania. And she's like, well, okay, yeah, Outcome Queendom, and they're like, okay, Candice, you chose to fight Io, but honestly, that's a really bad idea on your part because Io is the queen of the WWE, and out comes Bayley. And Bayley's like, Io at No Way Out, I couldn't end the queendom, but I think I can help Candice. And so it sets up a 6-man tag. Candice, Indy, and Bayley go up against Io, Dakota, and Julia. That match gets a 79, which is not bad at all. So in about that good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Candice, Indy, and Bayley defeat the Queendom. When Candice pins Dakota with an inverted Frankensteiner. Indy was the weak link, which she gets 61. Yeah. But yeah, not bad. Julia, Julia outscoring Candice. Ooh, yeah. Not good, but okay. Candice is ready to fight Io at Mania. Okay, this is another big segment. MJF comes out, and he's like, my first premium live event match in WWE. That's not true, actually, because he was in the Royal Rumble. He's okay. So he's like, I had a shot to fight Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and that shot was robbed of me by, whoa, here goes Cody Rhodes and his friend Randy Orton. And honestly, I don't even think that old Randy Orton and Cody should have been in that match. But okay, they were, and Cody ended up winning and costing me my shot. So now what? What can I do? I'm here in the XL Center, one of the worst places in the world. And I'm here on SmackDown in the middle of this ring asking you people, what's next? What have I come to? I might as well pack my bags and go back to AEW because this is outrageous. And Randy Orton comes out and he's like, MJF, if you're going to disrespect the fans, if you're going to disrespect me, if you're going to disrespect Cody Rhodes, then why don't you do it to our faces? And Randy's like, I've had enough of you, MJF. And you ask yourself, what's next? Maybe I'm what's next. And I'm going to end you. And I will send you packing all the way to AEW. So, yeah, MJF, Randy Orton. Then we have the main event, 83. Thank goodness this did well. Yeah, fantastic heat and great wrestling. Cody and Jay defeat Jimmy and Braun in 16 minutes 24 seconds when Cody pins Jimmy Uso with a beautiful disaster. Braun was the weak link. Doesn't really matter because we're building up Braun to be better. So, yeah, it's the end of the show. Let's see what we got. 82, which is a pretty good show for SmackDown. We've been having some banger shows recently. So, yeah, that's it for SmackDown. That's it for this episode. So, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.